तौ संतोषयता संतौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः 128th anuccheda was going on. In this we understood, in this sloka, swadaha means we should consider it as a jati. That means he is a swapacha by caste. And also he is doing that activity of eating meat. That guna is still is there. The dog eaterness is there in him still. Because swapachaha, Sridhar Swami is commenting swadaha as swapachaha means he's still doing. And swadaha, this nirukti, if you see, it is saying about the present thing actually. And you should take the rudi artha here. So that's why if you take rudi artha, it can be the, so not the yogic artha. So not that the person who became habituated of eating dog, that person cannot be taken, but he should be by birth, he is swadaha. That means he's taking birth in rudi means birth. That means he's belong to that. Yogika means since he's doing the activity of eating dogs, then you can say swadaha, then yogikartha. But rudiartha is more powerful than the yogikartha. So that's why rudi we should take. And if you take rudi, that is establishing he is belonging to the dog eater family. So that is the jati. Okay, next we should go further. So then that kind of dog eater, if we remember, if we chant the holy name, if we hear the holy name, if we just respect the Lord, he is going to so pay obeisances or remember, then what? Sadhya savanaya kalpate. Immediately his sin is destroyed. That means he is becoming that dog eater, that kind of dog eater, just by taking the holy name, is becoming eligible for Somayaga. That means what? That dog eaterness, whatever is there, that is due to his previous sins, that is due to his previous sins means prarabdha karma, that is completely destroyed, and now he is becoming eligible for. So he is becoming eligible for Somayaga means now he is no more dog eater. That means he is not considered as a dog eater. That means his prarabdha karma is finished. That we can understand. His prarabdha karma is, because he is becoming eligible means it's automatically rejecting that he is not a dog eater. Rejecting that means it is indicating that rejection of becoming eligible for Somayaga means it is indicating rejection of eating dog eaterness. So dog eaterness is rejected means his prarabdha karma is destroyed. That is a thing we want actually. By doing bhakti, prarabdha karma is also destroyed. Then he should be respected as the person how a Somayaji is respected, in that same way he is respected. That means he is becoming eligible for the Somayaga. So can he do Somayaga now? This will be the question actually. Can we make that dog eater to sit to perform the Somayaga? This is the thing. Now you see here what Srila Jiva Goswami is saying. Adayeva swapachaha iti taihi vyakyatam savanam cha atra somayaga uchyate tatascha asya bhagavannama shravanadyekatarat sadyah eva savana योग्य अप्रतिकूल दुर्जातित्व प्रारंभक प्रारब्धनाशः प्रतिपद्यते. Becoming eligible for Savanayaga is, you can derive from this. becoming eligible for yaga indicates what? Whatever the before he was not qualified. Because of what? Because of the durjati. He is belonging to so lower caste. He is belonging to lower caste. And this lower casteness is due to what actually? This lower caste, taking birth in lower caste. In the lower caste is the cause. Or lower means here. So whatever, that's a dog eater caste. So that is due to what then? Why he took the lower caste? Because of the prarabdha. Because of the prarabdha karma. Anyone take lower caste because of what? Because of the prarabdha karma, that is. So that is, so prarabdha karma or the papa, whatever, prarabdha papa. So now he became eligible. That means it is, this prarabdha papa is destroyed. That we should understand. Tasmat, that's why bhakti punati mannishtah swapakan api sambhavat iti tu kaimutyardhameva. Even we'll be seeing in the 11th canto, 14th chapter, 21. See what is said? Bhakti punati mannishtah swapakan api. Bhakti purifies even so dog eaters. This is the thing, that's why this is one more place. This our sloka is in the 3rd canto, 33 chapter, 6 and 7. So now here we have one more place we are having this. Kintu yogyatvam swapachatva prapaka prarabdha papa vichitva matram vichiti. Now he became eligible. This eligibility for the Somayaga is what? Is nothing but the destruction of the destruction of yogyatvam swapachatva prapaka prarabdha. So destruction of the prarabdha papa. That means prarabdha papa. Prarabdha papa. Destruction of prarabdha, which cause for lower, which cause for birth in lower caste. So eligibility means what here? Destruction of prarabdha papa, which is the cause for birth in lower caste. That is eligibility. That is, he got destruction only. But so what he is saying next, किंतु योग्यत्वम अत्र स्वपचत्व प्रापक प्रारब्ध पाप इच्छति मात्रम उच्यते सवनार्थम तु गुणांतराधानम अपेक्षते एव. So he is eligible only, but can he do Somayaga now? This dog eater, after taking the holy name, he cannot do Somayaga. He is eligible, but he cannot be so allowed to do Somayaga. Why? Because if you want to perform a Somayaga, what you need in this person, there is a quality of performing the yaga. He should gain, this person should gain a quality to perform Somayaga. That means he should undergo the training actually. If there is no training, so he should be trained. He should be getting that quality of performing. He cannot, he is eligible, but he cannot do. So that's why he should get the quality of doing the, so quality, what quality? That kind of quality he should get to perform the Somayaga. Not simply becoming eligible. He's eligible, but he cannot do now. Because savanartham tu gunantara adhanam apekshate. So to perform yajna, he requires the skill. That skill he needs. But that skill he is not having. So that's why he cannot do Somayaga now. He needs to acquire that skill. Huh? Right. ब्राह्मण कुमाराणां सौक्रे जन्मनि योग्यत्वे सत्यपि सावित्री दैक्ष जन्मापेक्षवत्. So example, even the case in the, even if someone is, he's a brahmana and his son is there, so let us take, he is coming from a proper brahmanical lineage, then definitely you consider him as by birth brahmana. Okay, so even this boy is not allowed to do Somayaga until unless there is what? So Diksha, actually Upanayana, Saukra Janma is not sufficient. Just being a son of Brahmana, he cannot perform the yaga. For this, what he needs? He needs the Savitri Diksha. Savitri Diksha means Upanayana Samskara. So Brahmana Kumaranam Saukra Janme Yogyatve Satyapi Savitri Daiksha Janma Apekshavat. So he needs, this boy has to undergo samskaras actually. What is that? Savitri Janma means Upanayana Samskara. Upanayana Samskara, and also Daiksha Janma means, so he should also get the Diksha. So Diksha to perform the rituals actually. Then only he can perform the Somayaga. Similarly, so that's why just becoming eligible is not sufficient. He should get the samskaras. Okay. It's practical. योग्यत्व सत्वे सावित्री दैक्ष जन्म अपेक्षवत सावित्री जन्म निमित्त सवन सदाचार प्राप्ते. योग्यत्वे सत्वे सावित्री दैक्ष जन्म अपेक्षवत सावित्र्यादि जन्म निमित्त सवन सदाचार प्राप्ते. सावित्र्यादि जन्म निमित्त, सावित्र्यादि जन्म निमित्त, so निमित्त सवन सदाचार प्राप्ते है. So he should get the, so Savitriyadi Janma Nimitta Savana Sadachara Prapte. So he should get the training actually, proper samskaras, this dog eater. He is now no more dog eater. He cannot be considered as a dog eater. But here he was dog eater, and now he has to undergo through the samskaras. Then he can be eligible actually. Okay, next. Anyway, so iti savana pravrittir nasyajati. That's why immediately he cannot do savana. Tasmat pujyatva matra tatparyam ityabhipretya tika krudbirapi yuktam. Anena pujyatvam lakshate. So he can be respected, and giving training for this person is also one more difficulty actually. If he is a dog eater, but now he is devotee, so it is quite difficult thing actually. It's not so easy. I'm not saying the casteism, but so he can be, he should be respected, and giving training for him as a Brahmana, and his tongue now has to turn into that way to chant the holy names and the mantras, Vedic mantras. and sitting and hours reciting is not a easy thing actually. In the general system, what? So it's what ultimately in the society all the activities are important. It's not that the only one activity is only important. Like in the body, so we have the various limbs are doing the various activities, and every activity is needed for the sustenance of the body. Similarly, in the society is like a body. Various people are doing the various kinds of the activities, all are needed actually. So definitely, if he is easily able to catch, then fine. But if he's not so easy, also actually training him, it's difficult. But he should be respected like a brahmana who performs savana yaga. In that kind of respect, he should be given. Of course, he is not doing, but still he should be respected. You should not treat him as dog eater. This is the point. Because he destroyed that. And one more point here. So by chanting the japa, so all the papas are destroyed. Can you say immediately? Tell me. So your sins are getting destroyed. Just one day you came, 10 days or 1 year, you are in the Krishna consciousness, chanting doing the bhakti, and your all sins are destroyed. Can you say this? Aparadas or sins also not destroyed. Sins also destroyed in the case of so if you have aparadha plus sins, offenses plus sins, so it will be slowly, reasonably first. So going, and then that means sukrutota, dushkrutota. So these tendencies, sinful tendencies, that means kleshagni, you can say. Kleshagni, you can say. In the Bhakti Rasamsindhu, the word kleshagni is used. So that kleshagni is avidya, kutam, bijam, prarabdha, prarabdha. These are the different. So kleshas. Those are not destroyed just by one time, 2 time, or 10 days. No, after anartha nivritti, nishta and ruchi stage, they are going actually. You're understanding? And can you say his prarabdha is finished as just as you assume? Huh? It's not that. You're understanding? So that means what I said, there is a log, and it is a wet log, and you are lighting a fire here. And you give the fire, and this fire is this, that means burning this log. This log, I said that the what? Sins. And this wetness is there is nothing but the offenses. And fire is nothing but the holy name. So if you take this holy name is destroying all the sins, and also it destroying the wetness. So as much as wetness goes down, that much sins also get destroyed. It's not that the just one holy name, all sins gone. So you can consider him as a Brahmana, you are saying. So he may be belong to the lower caste. So now you are considering him as a Brahmana. Just by like that, that means he came to 1 year into Krishna consciousness, now he's Brahmana. Huh? Now he's Brahmana. Who said his sins are destroyed? Did you see? When those destroyed, that means that means first is Shraddha, uska bhajan kriya. So Shraddha, sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya, anardha nivritti, nishta, ruchi, asakti, bhava, prema. So you see the stages where the sins are destroyed. All of these is kleshagnis, prarabdha, where they are destroyed. So in the anardha nivritti stage, and after that also they are going to destroy some. Not that the fat gaya. So then, so on the strength of the holy name, yes, holy name is having the power that. But whether in this individual case, it destroyed or not, how to know? Then we can consider him as Brahmana. If you don't do properly assessment, then what will happen? You are misguiding the things, principles. So Srila Vishwanath Thakur is explaining the way the sins and anarthas are destroyed in the various stages. He is going to explain that. Okay. Sometimes we put that, 4 years he is doing japa, then he is now qualified to do be Brahmana. So that's why some spiritual, that means symptoms you should see. If these anarthas are destroyed, so these sins are destroyed, there will be some symptoms. And those symptoms has to be identified properly by his guru, and then only he should allow to him to upgrade him higher the things. Brahmana Disha. If properly is not observed and simply promote, then you are making chaos in the society. Once again, it's like even our society is also becoming like outside society. He is I brought him into devotion. Ye mera aadmi hai. He is my person, and just jaldi, just quickly give him Brahman Diksha. Okay, he is Brahman. What you are doing? Like in the outside society, he is my son, so he is my Brahman. He is also Brahman. You are saying the same thing here also. He is my counselee, and he is devotee, and he is qualified. This nonsense. Then he's simply bringing the yes. Ramcharan Babu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So here we are talking about like the sins which is prarabdha and aprarabdha and all these things. So when we are discussing about Ajamila past time, you mentioned that during the time of name giving ceremony, when first time Ajamila chanted the name of Narayan. So and at that time we were discussing that all the sins were eradicated. So what, like, are we basically categorizing what kind of sin can eradicated by that, or is it like
All. The Ajamil
all
case,
type?
all because there are no offenses. Acharyas are clearly saying. How can you say that? Because of the Devatas are coming. Devatas are, that means Vishnu Dutas came. At the time of his death, he was able to chant the holy name. It's not that he chanted holy name, that's why Vishnu Dutas came. But he was qualified to chant holy name because everything is destroyed. So that's why he was able to chant the holy name. That arrangement was done and Vishnu Dutas came. That was the explanation there actually. We take all the time reverse. He chanted and that's why Vishnu Dutas came. No. Actually, he in his life there were no sins actually, and that's why he was able to do that.
So, then how to measure actually that some neophyte he came and he has offense or
his offenses, and also this way you is given now. Everything is scientific actually. Science symptoms are given. But some humble devotees like our Rupa Goswami and this, so we did the severe sin, that means working under the Muslim kings, so that is a very sinful activity. So that's why they are considering that always we are having this sin and we don't want to enter into Jagannath Mandir, and they didn't take forward to anything actually. So but Bhaktivinoda Thakur is giving na. So now, but in there is no caste Brahmana also you cannot consider now, because everything is already who is there actually to produce a Brahmana. One should be Brahmana. They will be wearing this janu, so thread actually only in the marriage time. Then after that they are hanging that into the hook. See, many caste Brahmanas, they eat meat. In whole this north belt, if you see, everyone is eating meat. What kind of Brahmana he is? Completely bogus. In Andhra also you can see so many bogus. And they don't know even anything basic. Basic Sandhya also they don't know how to do that. And this is simply Brahmana. And they are studying in the modern schools, and even their fathers they studied and they studied, and no samskara, nothing. And simply Brahmana is a bogus concept. That is. So concerning the Brahmana by the just in this time now, from the birth is completely bogus. And also without checking, that's why what I want to say, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is clearly mentioning, there should be a committee of people properly observing the caste, properly observing and giving training and observing when that qualities are manifested, then you should identify him as with that varna. If this process is not strong in our system, then we are creating a illusory society, actually, bogus society. No quality of Brahmana, simply calling him, maybe Brahman Dikshit.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhu, I understand your explanation today, but maybe Anuccheda number 125.
Huh?
On 25, Anuccheda.
Achha.
There you discussed about prarabdha karma,
Yes.
destruction of prarabdha sins by bhakti.
Yes.
That time you told one who takes the holy name Hori accidentally, he will not get suffering. Based upon you give two examples on Vazamil and also.
That's why I said, if there are no offenses, then immediately everything will be destroyed. Understanding? When all the sins are finished, sins are different and offenses are different. You are understanding these two things? So offenses are not there, then sins will be out. Immediately. One holy name is enough.
Previous connected ISKCON, maybe we have no offenses in this life. Another life, I don't know. Because we have no.
Who knows in the how many lives you are doing offenses?
Yes, previous life, I don't know. But in this life.
Anyway, ultimately testing is needed. That's all. Simply is without testing, without proper measures and proper test, if you simply, ye mera aadmi hai, he is my, and he, because I want to develop my temple, I need a pujari, and nobody is there, give him the Brahman Diksha, these are all complete bogus. This will bring the, once again, the unidealistic society, improper society. It will bring up the improper society once again. Unqualified people is pervading in all the positions. They will be sitting in the different positions and simply making chaos. And they don't know what is Shastra and what is the thing, what is right and what is wrong. Simply is becoming the same as outside society. This is a problem, actually. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, like what I'm hearing is like if we basically like in a preaching, if we say that like by chanting one name of like in the case of a Jamil, all the sins are eradicated. But now we are saying like if because of offenses it will not work. So and offenses basically is like more dangerous than the sin, right?
Yes.
So it means like we can say like it's better to remain sinful but not become an offender. And
yes.
when you start offending, when you try to become a Vaishnava, right?
Yes.
So should we say we should not become Vaishnava? So how do we justify that? Like because you can commit offenses definitely, because it's very difficult to eradicate offense in the beginning, but like over the period of time you will get eradicated. Then it's a long process.
Yes. So yeah, it's offenses. We need the again and again holy name should be chanted to eradicate the offenses. So then, as much as offenses are going, and a parallel sin also that much quickly is going. It will not sin will not be staying for the in the stage of so asakti, bhava, so prema. In those stages, it will not be there any sin. So those, yeah. But principles are this, and properly in the implementation part, if you see, at that time those has to be properly implemented. That is the point. So philosophy should be practiced with the proper care, actually, with the proper care and observance. Otherwise, it is creating the problem to the society, actually. What promise you are doing, you cannot stay back on that, actually. So that's anyway.
Case, what happened? He doesn't have any offenses. Sopachuka became eligible for
Sopacha. Sopacha, if that Sopacha is also is not doing any offenses, then it immediately goes by remembering. But he is having a problem, then he is also comes under this. Na? But this Shastra is saying what? Prarabdha karma can be destroyed or not. Principle is true. But now application, when you apply that principle, you have to check other conditions also. Na? Sopachas prarabdha can be finished. That's a principle. That's all. It's not all the sopachas. Sopacha who is not having any offenses, and if he take the holy name, then that will destroy him immediately. So his prarabdha karma, and he is becoming eligible for this one. Conditions are applied. Whatever his discussion is there, this whatever is said in this sloka, conditions are applied. It's not that the general case it is.
Is all the sins not eradicated after prarabdha sins is over now? So any other sins are there with that Sopachak? Means
what sins, so those will be explained in future. We'll be seeing in the detailed course that what sins will go in what stage. You're understanding? So tasmat pujyatva matra tatparyam. So that means ultimately, so since he didn't get the training for the Somayaga, so that's why he cannot perform. He should not perform Somayaga. So, but he should be respected as Somayaji. Okay, that is done. So anena pujyatvam, Sridhar Swami is also saying in his tika, tasmat pujyatva matra tatparyam इत्यभिप्रेत्य टीकाकृद्भिरपि उक्तम् अनेन पूज्यते तथापि प्रारब्धहारित्वं तु सुव्यक्तमेव आयातम्. So he is worshipable as like a Somayaji, means prarabdha karma is finished. Okay. Tadu upapadayati ahobata ityāscharye. So that is said in this sloka also. You'll be seeing ahobata swapachoto ghariyan yajjihvagre vartate namatubhyam te pustapaste juhuhu sasnur arya brahmanuchur nama prunanti yete. So there, this that's why it is very wonderful thing. It's very surprising thing. It's very surprising thing. That's why. So it is said in the next line, ahobata. That's why Mother Devahuti is saying it's very surprising. It's an astonishing thing. With ascharya. Yasya jihvagre tava nama vardate. In whose tongue there is holy name, so he will be destroying all his sin. Ahobata swapachota gariyan yajjihvagre vartate namatu te pustapaste juhu sasnur arya brahman. The outcast on the tip of whose tongue your name appears becomes the Guru. Becomes Guru. So all those who chant your name, becoming most respectable, have completed all austerities, all sacrifices, all bathing and study. He is equal to the person who chanted holy name and becoming most respectable. And he completed all austerities, all sacrifices, bathing and study of all the Vedas. That much, he will become the performer of all those just by taking holy name. Kutaha, and he's कुतः इत्याह ते एव तपस्तेपु इत्यादि. So त्वन्नाम कीर्तन तपाद्यंत भूतम अतः ते पुण्यतमाः इत्यर्थः. So they are equivalent to whoever is taking holy name. They are even more actually than the people who are doing austerity, reading the Vedas, and doing this so and so other activities. So he's more than that. So that's why we should consider them as, even dog eater who is taking holy name, we should consider them as the auspicious people, most auspicious people. एवं प्रारब्ध हेतु का व्याधादि हरत्वम च स्कांदे. Now we are going to see one more place. So we are going to see one more example from Skanda Purana. In Skanda Purana it is there. That means someone became Vyadha. Here not Swapacha but Vyadha. So he belonged to the Vyadha hunter family. And now he became so eligible actually for performing. He became actually, his prarabdha karma is not became, his prarabdha karma is destroyed. So that is said in this Skanda Purana. Adhayo vyadayo yasya smaranana. Oh, sorry. Actually, Vyada I am saying wrong. Actually, is diseases actually. Adhayo vyadayo yasya smaranana kirtanat tadaiva vilayam yanti tam anantam namamyaham. So we'll be seeing some diseases are due to previous sin. In the previous life we did sin. So that's why we will be getting some long-term diseases, like by birth we'll be having some diseases. Those all diseases will be so destroyed actually. That we are seeing. I offer respect to the unlimited Lord by remembering him or chanting his name mentally and physically. So affliction is destroyed. That means affliction, adhayo, vyadhayo. So vyadhayo belonging to the body, adhayo belonging to the mind. There are the diseases on mind level, subtle level, diseases on the gross body, diseases to the gross body, diseases to the subtle body. All these will be destroyed by the chanting holy name. Tan smaranat nama kirtanat, just by taking holy name. So it is said in the Skanda Purana. So someone is having the family, because of his family lineage, he is having some kind of diseases. Those might be what? Because of karma only, na? In this life, he didn't do anything actually. But by birth, at the time of birth itself, he is having some disease. That means what? It is because of what? It's because of the prarabdha karma. So, and those diseases also are destroyed actually by bhakti. So that's why you'll be seeing in the devotee's life. So he was having from childhood some great problem. Then after that, problems are out. And you will also see in some devotees, there were no problems. And after coming to devotion, there are so many diseases. First one also is there and the second one also. Before devotion, there were no diseases. After devotion, there are so many diseases. Why this? Huh? Why this? So maybe this sloka is telling wrong or what? We are seeing the diseases in the life. In the devotional life, after coming to the devotional. Then if bhakti we are doing, then there should not be any. It's because it is removing even the diseases due to birth, actually. At the time of birth, whatever diseases are there, those are destroyed. Then what? Because of the in future, that means whatever small disease, those also should not come. But why they are coming to us? Huh? It is because of Lord's pure mercy. Lord is so merciful, actually. And he is giving those. Lord himself is giving. Is also many varieties, actually. And one may not be really not destroyed his senses. Because of that, still the reactions are going on. Or some destroyed, but still he's having diseases because of. So Lord is correcting him by this. Many reasons will be there. You can, because philosophically, if you see that, so there are the many reasons are you can easily find.
One time you told Lord has no feelings about the material pain. So why he give the pain to devotee for exam?
Yeah, he is not having feeling, but he have the knowledge, actually. He didn't have experience, but he have knowledge. That means for this diseases, this medicine works. He have this knowledge, but he didn't take medicine. He knows that he's doctor. Doctor gives medicine to all the patients. It doesn't mean that all the medicines he took. You're understanding? Doctor giving the medicine for the cancer, a big radiation, actually. It's a painful thing. So it doesn't mean that what he also took that. Huh? He's giving means he doesn't have any experience of that, but he knows from the Shastra. Okay.
True.
Huh.
You told he has experience, but he is like a Gajendra. When Gajendra told the Lord, sorry, actually fed the Lord by flower, but he not name indicate. How Lord understand he indicate his play fair my he for
Bangla bolbo. বুঝতে পারে না क्यों आए? So why he came? So Lord doesn't have any experience of this material pain, but when Gajendra prayed, so he came. Why he came? You are asking this question. Yes, Lord doesn't have any experience, but still he came. So because he doesn't have any experience of material pain, but Lord came by seeing his material pain, he didn't come. By seeing this devotees, this shouting, "Oh my dear Lord, you please come and save me." Because of this he came. Because of the calling. Oh, my devotee is calling me. That's why he ran and see. And why he is calling? He saw the reason, that's crocodile is eating away, actually. That's why he immediately killed. He didn't came out of material compassion. No. He came out of the devotion of the Gajendra. Because of the devotion of the Gajendra, he came. Not because of the material pain suffered by the, no, by the Gajendra, he didn't come. Because of seeing the material pain, he didn't come. So because of this material pain, how it worked on the Gajendra. So his all ego is finished. Otherwise, 1,000 years he was fighting. He was thinking that I can fight. I am so powerful. And then he was just fighting without taking help from anyone. And he fought. At that time, Lord didn't come. 1,000 years he didn't come. That means, but that pride is there in him. But when he so understood, that means his power is just a materialistic power, and it's useless. It is temporary. So crocodile sucked away everything, and no help from the relatives and wife and children. So then he understood that. So that pain made him to become humble, and he became humble, and then he took shelter of the Lord. Dinata, with the humbleness, meekness, he took the shelter. Then by seeing that humility, he came. Understood? Uktam cha nama kaumudyam prarabdha papaharatvam kochid upasake cha vashad iti. And this prarabdha haritvam also, sometimes great devotees. So great devotees, what they do in their life also, you'll be seeing that pain, seeing the suffering of some prarabdha sins. That means their whole life you'll be seeing the problem, some health problem in the great devotees. So that means some prarabdha still is continued in their case, but they are very great devotees. Why like this? Because some great devotees, they don't want to use Bhakti Maharani to destroy the prarabdha. Because prarabdha means what? It is a ripened sin. It's complete, it became fruitful. And because I committed sin, I am the cause for this sin. And why I have to ask Bhakti Maharani to destroy this? So why she has to clean this? Why I have to make her as a servant of me? Whatever nonsense I do, for that why I should use? And they may think, and they don't allow Bhakti Maharani to clean the prarabdha, and they will suffer actually. Okay? Huh? Medicine also you can take. But some devotees, that means kechit, that means not everyone, every devotee's case it is. Kechit, some devotees, they do like this. But they willingly stopping. If they don't stop, Bhakti Maharani automatically it will die. She will do her job actually. She will finish. But some people, they are stopping her to do. Wait, you don't do service, please. It is said in the Nama Kaumudi. Maybe Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they worked under Mlecha king, so Yavana king. So maybe they don't want to destroy their sins by the bhakti. That's why they are always understanding themselves as as unqualified to do enter into the Jagannath Mandir, and as unqualified people. Maybe. Like in the case of Haridas Thakur. You're understanding? They're not allowing to destroy their. Haridas Thakur is clearly prarabdha. So I don't know. Any proof is, I don't know. But philosophically, it's true actually. philosophically that can be justified. They're not allowing and they are suffering. So, and that may be like that. Or otherwise, maybe that is a Leela, or maybe many things. Many explanations can be given. On the any one incident, many explanations can be given. Like in the case of Kumaras, you can say it's Kumara's offense, also you can say it's not Kumara's offense. So philosophically, it should be properly justified. Okay, now next, tad vasana haritvamaha. So next anuccheda is vasana. Vasana means desires. Till now what we have seen, aprarabdha papaharitvam, prarabdha papaharitvam are over. Now what? Vasanas are destroyed. That means these are all the various glories of the bhakti. Taistanyagani puyante tapodhanavratadebihi na dharmajam yatadhrudayam tadipi shangri sevaya tadapi shangri sevaya. So that's why in practical implementation in our society, we have to increase the standards. In the starting of movement, many things are liberally given, but as much as if you want to work for the 10,000 years, so slowly, so all the injunctions of the Shastra has to be carefully implemented in the practical life, socially and individually also. Like this, standards has to be raised gradually, so that will construct that means positively in the Prabhupada's time. So he is many that means actually, so one can say he gave some kind of liberation. So but he wanted actually us to become more and more serious and develop a strong standards initially. So yes, Matajis are allowed to do worship in altars, and then after that slowly Matajis are also allowed to stay in the ashram together. And now those are so more and more now we are becoming standardizing things, and which are not conducive really. But at the time the society is like that. Immediately on the society you cannot put 1,000 rules. Ultimately chanting holy name should go on. So but these are all secondary. So these things so has to be implemented carefully by seeing the time, place and circumstance. So gradually those has to be enforced. At the day one also, if you are started enforcing, so you cannot systematically develop the society actually. So that's the reason actually. Acharyas, they take, so even Shastra says many rules and regulations. So they see the time, place and circumstance based upon that. So they keep on increasing. One next Acharya is coming and he is raising the standards, or he is making appropriately standards, so that so primary principles of bhakti can be taught in the society. So bhakti movement will be survived, and also so it will be taken, that means standardize the things like this. So now vasanas, desires are destroyed by the bhakti that we are going to see. Taistanyagani puyante tapo dana vratadibihi na adharmajam tadhrudayam tadapi shangre sevaya. So what is tadapi? Isha angri sevaya, by the worship to the so Krishna, to his lotus feet. So what is happening? So puyante, aghani puyante, and tapodhana vratabihi na adharmajam tadhrudayam. Tadhrudayam is important actually. So adharmajam tadhrudayam is nothing but the, so hrudayam, that means they are in the heart, they are the desires actually. So they are all destroyed by the service to the Lord. He adharma jatam tesham aghanam hrudayam, that means samskarakyam tesham aghanam So tapas, dana, vrata, they cannot destroy the hrudaya, tad hrudayam means, so samskarakyam, that means samskaras are the vasanas in the heart. So those are not destroyed by the tapas, dana and vrata, but they are all destroyed by the what? By the service to the lotus feet of the Lord, bhakti. The simple actually. Okay, it's clear. Tapadana they are not going to destroy, but the service to his lotus feet is going to destroy. Next, Padme chain, Padma Purana is see. Aprarabdha phalam papam kotam bijam phalonmukham kramena iva praliyeta Vishnu bhakti ratatmanam. So that's why aprarabdha phalam means, you all know vakshamane anyat. So aprarabdha, which is not ripen, and kotam means kotam bijonmukham, bijam prarabdonmukham. So prarabdonmukham or rather phalonmukham, prarabdam, that means ripen. These are all. How many sins are there? Here it is clearly explained. First one is what? Kotam. First one is kotam. And kotam leads to what? Bijon mukam. That means it is leading, it is give birth to the bija. And bija give birth to the what? Bija, birth to the prarabdha. Okay. Bijam prarabdonmukam or phalonmukam prarabdha. And it is leading to the prarabdha is giving to the result actually, phala. And apart from all these is the aprarabdha. Kutam leads to bijam, bijam leads to prarabdha, prarabdha is becoming the result actually, suffering. And apart from all this is the aprarabdha. Next anuccheda 130. Avidya haritvam. So avidya is destroyed. Tvam pratyagatmani tada bhagavatyananta ananda matra upapanna samasta shaktau bhaktim vidhaya paramam shanakaira vidya grandhim bibhetsya simamahamati prarudham. Bhakti destroys ignorance, avidya. So we are seeing now in the case of Jivatma in the Bhakti Vaibhava class, we are seeing Jivatma is accompanied with the avidya. And this avidya is only cause for this Jivatma to get the once again in the next time after Pralaya to get this subtle body. So that means that's a Jivatma, pure Jivatma plus avidya is known as is conditioned Jivatma. And if this avidya is destroyed, this is avidya is destroyed, then it is liberated soul. You all know this, how it is destroyed by using destroying this avidya by using yoga. We have seen recently by using the Bhakti Misra yoga. Anyway, Akshay Hari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Bodhama Baba. This Kutam Bijam Prarabdha Phalam. Sometimes I get confused this. Sometimes is Kutam Bijam these two together called Aprarabdha? Yeah, Aprarabdha is completely separate thing, which is not manifested. Sometimes I have developed understanding this Kutam and Bijam, which are not manifested, is Aprarabdha.
Yeah, that is also correct. This much you should write, na? This much is the aprarabdha. Like that. What he said actually, vakshamanebhyo anyat. Vakshamanebhyo anyat means it is different from all these, it is said actually in the Sanskrit. Vakshamanebhyo. That means whatever we are going to say it is different from all these. That is aprarabdha is said. Okay, I will discuss in the later. So what is this aprarabdha in more detail? Okay. So now come to this anuccheda. So avidya is destroyed here, it is said. What is the main point in this sloka? Shanakaihi avidya grandhim bibetsyasi mamaham iti prarudham. So avidya grandhim, this is the point actually. You have to take in this sloka main important word what? Tvam pratyagatmani tada bhagavatyananta ananda matra upanna. So here when you were 5 years old, by performing pure devotion to the Lord, who is the soul within unlimited, full of bliss and endowed with all energies, you gradually cut the strong knot of ignorance concerning I and mine. So 4:11, this is Dromara's stories actually. So Shanakaihi avidya grandhim vibhetsyasi. Narada Muni is saying to Dhruva Maharaj. So to cut down the avidya. So avidya is cause for the, so Jivatma to be entangled in this avidya. Jivatma is accompanied by avidya. Then what? Sukshma Deha will be there. This is made up of, so ahankara, ahankaram, and mana, buddhi, and chitta. So this is subtle body. And this ahankara is getting affected on this jivatma because of this avidya. That's why in the after sushupti, so since jivatma is accompanied with the avidya, that's why this jivatma is entering into this ahankara and identifying himself as body. Okay, if in the sushupti or in the pralaya, jivatma is not freed with this avidya. When this avidya is out, then this even ahankara is there, but this jivatma is becoming aloof actually from that. It will not consider himself as I and mine. Okay, in the Jivan Mukta, in that is the stage actually. So this is the point actually. Avidya is cause for jivatma to be, so that's why after waking up immediately, this entering into this ahankara, false ego. True ego is entering into false ego because avidya is still there with the jivatma, and that is destroyed actually. Then you will not consider I and mine. Once this avidya is finished, this linga deham is also out, and then only senses will be there, gross senses and body. Tathacha Padme, in Padma Purana also it is said, Krutanuyatra vidyabhir hari bhaktir anuttama avidyam nirdahatyashu davat jvaleva pannagim. So here directly it is said in the Padma Purana. So Krutanuyatra vidyabhihi hari bhaktir anuttama avidyam nirdahatyashu. So incomparable bhakti quickly destroy ignorance by knowledge, which accompanies the bhakti, just as forest fire destroys a snake. So that means kutam, bijam, prarabdha, phala, also aprarabdha, and apart from that avidya, all destroyed. All are destroyed by the bhakti. Okay, Next 131. Sarva prinana hetutvam uktam. Bhakti is one more quality of the bhakti is being discussed here. Sarva prinana hetutvam. Bhakti is cause for the bliss of everyone. Bhakti pleases everyone. So yatha taror mula nishechanena ityadina. We all know the meaning of this. So just by pouring water into the root of this tree, it is nourishing all the branches, stem and everything, leaves, flowers. Same way, if bhakti is done, then everyone will be so pleased, like everyone is pleased. Sarva prinana hetutvam. Because we are all connected to the Krishna. Krishna is pleased means everyone is pleased. Tatraha. Suruchistam samuthapya padavanatamarbhakam parishvajyaha jiveti bashpagadgadaya gira yasya prasanno bhagavan gunair maityadi birhari tasmai namanti bhutani nimna mapa iva swayam. Bhagavatam 4:6, 4th canto, 6th. This is Dakshopakyanam, 47 and 48. What is said? Suruchi tam. Oh, no. It's 9th chapter actually. Suruchi means this is Dromara story only. 4:9. It is not 6. The 4:9, 9th chapter, 4th canto, 9th chapter. So Suruchihi tam samuthapya padavanatam arbhakam parishvajya aha jiva iti bashpagadgaya gira. So that boy is falling on his mother's lotus feet. Then she is so Suruchi raised the boy when he fell at her feet and embracing him, she said with choked voice and tears, "May you live long. Yasya prasanno bhagavan maityadi virharihi tasmai namanti bhutani nimna." Suruchi. So next, so just as water flows naturally to a lower level, all living beings naturally offer respect to that person with whom the Lord is pleased because of his qualities and friendliness. Suruchi nija vidveshini matuhu. So swapatnyapi tam bhagavadarantam agadnam srivadam. So Suruchi was very much inimical to Dhruva Maharaj. She was having so much enviousness. Hey, she is Dhruva is her co-wife's son, and Suruchi want only his son, her son should be sitting in the lap of Uttanapada, not the Sumati. So Sumati's son. Sumati only, na? Suniti, sorry. Suniti's son. So Suniti's son is Dhruva Maharaj. Suruchi doesn't want. And that's why she just throw him out and just so make him down like that. So then he was crying and he went to mother, and you all know the story. He went to forest and he did the tapasya there, bhakti he did, and then Lord appeared and Lord so gave the boon to him. So after getting darshan of the Lord, he came back. When he came back, he immediately offered obeisances to his Suruchi mother also, stepmother also. So by this, actually, by seeing the Dhruva Maharaj who got the darshan of the Lord, she was previously having so much enviousness, and she became so vidveshi. That means she was hating him. But now, because he became now devotee, and he is the son of her co-son, but still she became so happy actually by seeing him. This is the thing actually. Yasya prasanno bhagavan, mane, to whom Lord become pleased, by seeing him everyone will become happy actually. and to him everyone offer obeisances. So that's why devotees are getting offerings. That means so much respect in the society because they are pleasing the Lord, and that's why by seeing them everyone give respect to them also. So same thing is here we are seeing Dhruva Maharaj pleased the Supreme Lord, and by seeing Dhruva Maharaj, that's why bhakti makes everyone happy. Everyone happy. Next, Yatha Padma in Padma Purana is said, Yenarchito haristena tadarpitani jagantyapi rajyanti jantavastatra jangama stavara api. In the Padma Purana it is said, Yena Archita. So, Yena Archita Hari, by whom Hari is worshipped, Tena Tarpitani Jagantyapi Rajyanti Jantavaha Tatra Jangamaha Stavaraha Api. So the universe is satisfied with the person who worship the Lord. All living beings, moving and non-moving, are attracted to that person. That's so that's a bhakti is cause for. So bhakti pleases everyone. Bhakti pleases everyone. Ram Sharan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So so here we are saying that like when Dhruva Maharaj came back and Mother Suruchi, she became happy with Dhruva Maharaj. But sometimes we see like that when devotees are doing preaching and then they go outside, they're very envious people and they are criticizing us, or they are basically trying to push us down, or not let us do. So how do we understand that? Like even though we are trying to do bhakti, and then even Srila Prabhupada, when he was preaching, there are many people who's like against him. So how do you understand that? When we say like bhakti pleases everyone, so but there are still some people who are critical about us, right?
Because of the offenses, actually, they were having the offense, and that's why on them it is not working. Who are having the offense, so that's why it's by seeing the glory by the devotees, so they are not becoming pleased. They are having the offense. Whoever is getting angry, still seeing the devotees, they are having the offenses. Kamsa was not happy by seeing the Lord. And so many are there. Shishupala, Dantavakra, Rukmi. Even by seeing the Pandavas, nobody is happy. Duryodhan. Because they are all offenders of the Bhakti and Lord. They will not become happy. Provided if there is no offense, then automatically by seeing the devotee, they will become happy. That's the thing, Prabhu.
But Prabhu, we hear that like even Suruchi offended Dhruva Maharaj later, because we see in Bhagavatam that like Suruchi offended Dhruva Maharaj, that's why she got punished later. Like is that an offense becomes like, or like how do you understand that?
So offenses are also having the various levels. Yeah. So and so in the case of Suruchi, yeah. So she is becoming she became pleased, actually. This is a fact, actually. We are seeing in that narration, in that story. This is for sure, actually. So Suruchir Nija Vidveshini Matuhu Swapatnyapi. So Nija Vidveshini, she is hating him. So Swapatnyapi tam, yeah. Otherwise, that means they are in the various levels of offense. So because of that, maybe. Otherwise, what is what factor we can keep? If someone is not becoming happy, that we are practically seeing. In the case of the Duryodhan, So Pandavas were the devotees. So then why he is not getting the happiness? Because he became Kutila also. He's a Kutila Bhakta actually. Kutila. He's not a Bhakta, but he's a Kutila. So that means the various degrees of the offenses are there. So that can be the reason. But in general, everyone will become happy. But there are cases who are seriously having this inimical tendency because of their continued offenses, and they will not become happy. That we have seen in the many cases actually in the all the Kurukshetra and many places. Mahabharata. Okay. Yena achito harihitena tadarpitani jagantyapi rajjanti jantavah tatra jangamah stavara. It is clearly saying that if anyone is doing the devotion to the Lord, so by him all the living beings, moving and non-moving, are attracted to that person. So that's why you'll be seeing in the many devotees, even in the many Maharashtra and other places also. By seeing the devotee, all these inimical, that means who generally having a very cruel nature. So they are also that kind of animals also becoming friend of them, and they are becoming very quiet. This is the glory of the bhakti. So bhakti's glory, these are all the glories of the bhakti. Only one standard principle you all should remember. So bhakti's glories are there. Bhakti is having so many glories. What we have till now discussed. So it is asubhagna haritvam, or otherwise. What is this? Asubhagna haritvam, sarvantara. That means all the types of the obstacles are destroyed. Many qualities of the bhakti are there. So we are hearing all these qualities. That means if you do bhakti, all the obstructions will be out. But in the devotee's life, we are seeing so many obstructions. So that means so many problems are coming. Why that means bhakti's glories are discussed here many. And in the case of the, we are seeing the bhakti destroys prarabdha, aprarabdha. But all these glories to manifest what we need, offenseless state. Bhakti pleases everyone. So if someone is not pleased by the bhakti, means what? He is having the offense. If someone is not happily, so that means enjoying, that means, and also offenses. So someone is doing the kirtan. So if you 10 boys, if you bring one boy is becoming so attracted and others are not becoming attracted actually. They're feeling bored actually. Why? What is the reason actually? Only thing is the amount of degree of the offense actually. As much as offenses goes down, that much these qualities will be manifesting in you. Simple funda. This only. If someone is not able to relish and someone is relishing, means so degree is changing actually. The amount of offenses are changing. This is a fundamental principle actually. This is only the weapon you should use. So if case is then Surichi case also, that like that only should take. You're not having any serious offenses like Duryodhan. So who is always offending. So such a degree level. So that's why she became happy, because of by seeing the person who is devotee. So those may be destroyed or some other thing like that. So, but in the case of the Shishupala and others, they have the serious offenses. Like that we should take. Only thing is the amount of the degree, the degree of the eradication of the offenses is a cause for the manifestation of the glories. This is a fundamental principle. We should apply this weapon. And 132. Okay, now we are actually reaching the 7:30. We have now time for the. Okay, so yeah, Ramshan Prabhu, last question. Tell me.
No, just Prabhu, like my just like a small comment about question, like. Because what I'm hearing is like in the Dhruv Maharaj case, when Suruchi actually offended Dhruv Maharaj, not letting him sit. But one thing that Suruchi said is that go and worship Lord Vishnu, because it's look like from there what I hear in the lecture that she was not against Lord Vishnu. Even though, like she said, like if you want to sit on the throne, you go and worship Lord Vishnu to come in my womb. So it means she was not an offender of the Lord, but she might be offending the devotees in a different case. So that might be the cause that
Yeah.
she
It's
might be a
not a
different degree
cruel
of offense.
offender actually, like Kamsa and like that. So that's the reason actually.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
So we have now for the Deepdan, actually time is 7:30. We are running out the time, so we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you very much. Any doubts I have, I can take from offline this answer. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki.